We can learn a lot about Silicon Valley. You can see that you have sometimes to concentrate your young people, your institutes, your companies. We have more a multipolar development. It's not one valley, we have many valleys. And so the road to the valley, as I could say when we went to Silicon Valley, we have many valleys, not one valley.
Well, I think the Silicon Valley model is very interesting and important for Europe in that it brings together the universities, the entrepreneurial community, the investors, the venture capital. And this is something that with the Startup Europe project we're trying to do in Europe in perhaps a broader and digital sense, but making sure that the great ideas can be financed, that they can benefit from the engineering knowledge, from our marketing talent, from our digital single market, and we won't have another Silicon Valley, but maybe we'll have our own Silicon beaches or Silicon roundabouts popping up ever more in Europe.
Well, the Silicon Valley is still very relevant to the rest of the world, including the rest of the US, by the way, because of this very specific set of attributes. They change over time, but they remain very important, particularly the ability to take risks, both from the entrepreneur standpoint, but also from the investor standpoint. And also the fact that large companies in the US and also in Silicon Valley are also relying very much on the emergence of innovative startups to sort of complete their portfolio of products and services, but also to show the way for the future.
Silicon Valley is a great model. It worked well where it is, and is the home of many successful companies that now are acquiring technology in Europe. So we need to ask ourselves questions. Do we want to continue with this model? Do we want Europe to continue to be a follower? Or do we want to start thinking about rebalancing this trade relationship and try to see where Europe is good, what Europe is good at, because I think Europe is good at tech, and this is demonstrated by the amount of European tech companies acquired by American companies.
I've seen in the last 5 years a great improvement in the way European companies are behaving in terms of supporting startups, also government organizations. I just believe that the model is slightly different in Europe and in the US, where clearly in Europe there is more sort of government interventions or participation or support than we see in the US. Maybe it's working in the long run. I have some reservation about too much government intervention. I believe that entrepreneurs need to see that there is interest, that there is freedom to innovate, that there is enough capital available and relatively easy to access so that they can finance their development.